So Jamal asked a question about Chase Claypool. Is Claypool going to take another take leap this year? I saw a graphic about him taking a DK Metcalf like jump this year. Their rookie numbers are very similar.
This is interesting. And I don't think it hinges on Claypool at all. What type of quarterback's Big Ben going to be? Is he going to be willing to take the ball down the field like Claypool's best at? Or is he going to do what he did with Juju last year a lot at the end to say, all right, you're getting like 12 targets where you're going to get 60 yards, but you're getting 12 targets and just throw it short a lot. And I think that's kind of down to the OC a little bit. Also, their line not being good, and they couldn't run the ball at all. It was more of a product of their offense than Claypool not being good, because I think Claypool's special. The dude had like 4 touchdowns against the Eagles. He's a freak of an athlete, and he looks insane. I think it just hinges on Big Ben and like his willingness to actually go down the field.
Yep, I 100% agree with that. I still think he's going to take a leap next year, no doubt about it. And I think that he's going
Yeah.
to take a leap because I think Hugh Jackson's an upgrade from Randy Fichtner for sure. I think Randy Fichtner is one of the worst offensive coordinators in the NFL. He has no idea how to scheme up a run game. I don't know how much of their pass game was because Big Ben wanted it to be that way, but it was a
Yeah.
poorly schemed up pass game. So I think that's going to make a big difference. But you hit the nail on the head. Is Big Ben Roethlisberger going to be willing to throw the ball down the field? Because right now, that aspect of Chase Claypool's ability is being underutilized. Like, he's a truck after the catch. You can't stop him. He's so big, so fast, and he's so willing to run people over. He actually he just dominates. And so the big thing is you're underutilizing his ability to just beat people with physical ability, and you just throw it down the field and he goes and gets it. So I don't think he's DK
Mm-hmm.
Metcalf. I think that one is a little bit of a stretch because I think DK Metcalf is the freakiest of freaks. But this guy is still a freak. I think he could be a top
Mm-hmm.
15 type receiver next year. And I think that Big Ben's willingness more than ability, because I think he can still throw it down the field. He's just not willing to do so. Is gonna basically define how good his stats are.
I totally agree with the last point too. Like when you watch the second half of that Brown Steelers game, the dude ended with over 500 yards. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say he was like picking apart the 85 Bears or anything, or he was going against the Legion of Boom, because their secondary is not the best, but he was still like going down the field a decent amount. I think he can do it to an extent. I don't think he could do it every play, but I still think if that O-line gives him time, like he will push the ball down the field, and this dude will throw contested catches, like without a doubt. If you've seen him and Antonio Brown play, if you've seen him throw the ball to Santonio Holmes, any of their other great receivers they've had, he'll put it in tight windows. Like that is not an issue for Big Ben at all.
Yeah, and it's just going to be 1 year removed from the Tommy John. He is so old, and
Yeah,
I think that's the big question because I don't have any questions with Chase Claypool. I really
no,
don't.
none at all.
I do have questions when people have him as a top 3 receiver in this class, and maybe I'm a little biased, but I comfortably have Jefferson, Lamb, and Ayuk as the 3 best from this class so far. But otherwise, I don't really
Mhm.
have a question about him on the field because this is a baller. This is an absolute baller.